What's going on, guys? Jonathan Shane here, functional nutritional therapy practitioner specializing in metabolic health and women's hormones. Today, on topics that are going to get me canceled, women, you do not need flat stomachs. All right, what's going on? Here we go. We're getting into the thicket of this. I want to preface a couple things before I continue this video. Firstly, this is not a body positivity video. I'm not saying that you should have a lot of extra adipose tissue. I don't think that's metabolically healthy for long term, for your goals, for longevity, for mobility, your ability to move around, be free. I'm also not trying to harper on your goals of being thin, of possibly getting abs at some point in your life, or being overall healthy and being comfortable in your body, in your clothing size, all that jazz. This is not what this video is about. This video actually got stemmed from a client call. I was talking to them. They said that I could talk about this. We were talking about their waist, and they are currently losing body fat. They are in a deficit. Now you might be saying, well, you're a coach, aren't all your clients in deficits? No, some are in reverse diets. Some were trying to upregulate metabolic function. Some were focused on lean mass building. Some were just trying to regulate their cycle and hormones in general. So an array of different needs from my clients. But this one in particular is focused on losing adipose tissue on a cut in a deficit, trying to lose weight. Something that she noticed was that looking down to her toes, her belly looked very flat, but from the side, there was a bump. She was very concerned. She didn't understand why she was losing fat in the areas on the front, but for some reason from the side, there was still a bump there. And we had to have a discussion about how, because she's a woman, she has a uterus, right? And the uterus sits right under the navel, and it tends to, as you get leaner, create a bump-like effect, and all it is that organ is pushing up against your belly right under your navel. Most women, many women, unless they have a hysterectomy or genetically they just have more flat uteruses, or they've never been pregnant before and so their uterus has never been stretched out, they don't tend to get flat stomachs. You don't tend to get very flat stomachs, and that's okay. That's what this whole video is about. This whole video is, my hope in this is that you're encouraged that not only is this a normal part of your body, but it is a beautiful thing because it's part of what makes you a woman is your uterus, right? And it tends to show itself, especially as you lose extra adipose tissue. And so I want to encourage you in that as you're losing weight, as you're losing body fat, as you're getting stronger, the goal of having a flat stomach can be detrimental in a lot of ways. The first one is, well, actually the main one is psychologically, right? Body dysmorphia is a very real thing. And if you have this idea of a flat tummy because you go on Instagram and you see all of your favorite influencers with flat stomachs, even though 80% of them are edited to do that. Some of them genetically just have smaller uteruses. Some of them have hysterectomy, so they don't have a uterus, right? There's a gazillion reasons why a stomach might be flat on a female, but for the most part, that is not the reality. It's not the reality. And when you make that the goal, and it's important, it's okay to make large goals that are obtainable over time. It's another thing to make goals based off misconstrued perceptions that you will never reach. That will lead you on a lifelong struggle where you're never satisfied with your body. And so I really want to I wanted to make this video because I really wanted to encourage. I thought this was super important to talk about. And obviously I know that I'm a man, and I know that I'm talking about a woman's anatomy, and I know that I'll never really understand exactly what it's like to go through that struggle. And I get that. And I'm not trying to put my place in your shoes. I'm really not. I've just worked with a lot of women that have struggled with this perception of their body. And I want to help give you a better perception so that you can have goals that are obtainable that lead to a healthier mindset and a better acceptance of yourself. So again, just going back to this, psychologically, right? When your goal is that flat stomach and you don't get it, does many things, but two things in particular. One, it sends you on this just orthorexia-like adventure. Orthorexia is an eating disorder where you're obsessed with healthy eating. It's not anorexia. It's not bulimia. It's just the idea of like, if you have that one extra bite of steak, or you have that one extra bite of carrot or whatever, you're worried that that bump that you see is not going to go away. In fact, you're going to make it worse. Even worse though is if you exacerbate that, and let's say that you have that bite of carrot during your luteal phase, and so your uterus starts to swell up. Now you're really tripping, right? Because it messes with your head. We all do it. Even men do that. We look in the mirror and we see something we don't like. That's just part of us genetically. And the only way to battle that is to realize the truth. And that's that bump will probably not go away for good reasons. It's a beautiful part of what makes you who you are. And so, first of all, is that it will send you down this rabbit hole of never being satisfied, constantly critiquing. And also, it makes you misread and misinterpret the rest of your development. What do I mean by that? I mean, like, if you're building good glutes and you're building good quads and you got cuts in your shoulders and you even have some abs going on, or you have just a really like nice toned stomach, you turn sideways, you see that bump, and all that happiness goes away. You just look at that thing, you stare, and you're just like, ugh, why can't I get this to go away? Why does this fat like to sit here? It's not fat. It's not fat. It is just your uterus. And so you really don't look at the other things. And so it just takes away from all the positive talk. It takes away from all the growth, all of the appreciation for everything else that you've worked so hard to obtain. And so, and again, that just exacerbates topic one. It leads you down this derailment, this really horrible, constant cycle of just never being satisfied, all because no one's talked to you about this. No one said, hey, you have a uterus, your stomach's probably not going to be super flat like a washboard. That's okay. That's okay. In fact, it's probably a good thing because it means you have your uterus, which is a good thing. It's important for hormones. It's important for your cycle. It's important for fertility. It's important for everything that makes you a woman. And so just really understand that. And I hope this video is coming across as super encouraging. Again, I know it's a sensitive topic, especially from like my perspective talking on it, but I've just talked to so many clients where we've had to work through that and they didn't even know. Like they saw a bump and they didn't know what the bump was. They thought it was just a weird way that they were genetically like storing adipose tissue. And it's like, no, that's not body fat. That's just one of your organs. And depending on where you're at in your cycle, if you're still menstruating, it could be even, the bulge could be bigger. And that's a normal, healthy thing. It should do that. And there's nothing wrong with it. So again, I know it's a sensitive topic. I hope you find encouragement in this. I hope it makes you go, oh, that's what that is. Oh, wow. Okay. So that's a good part of my body. It's a beautiful part of my body. And again, I don't say the word beautiful as condescending. I truly, because I had someone comment that on another video about like, you saying beautiful about this is condescending. And I understand that as a man speaking about it, it can come across that way. So I just want to explain my heart here. I truly just working with women over the past half decade, being raised by a single mom, really having a passion for helping women understand their body because no one teaches them well. I do find it's genuine. It's not like oh, I'm trying to tell you how you should look at your body. I truly think that the way that the female system works is complex and freaking amazing. I mean, I just watched my wife give birth to our second child, who you could probably hear in the background of this. What? It's amazing. And it's okay to be okay with the parts of your body that allow you to be who you are. And so I just really want that to come across of like, I hope that you find this encouraging. I hope it makes you have more appreciation for your body. I hope it helps with your body dysmorphia. I hope it helps encourage you on your weight loss journey and maybe even shift some perspective so you can start noticing the other things that you're doing so well. And the fact that you can even see that bump means you're losing a lot of adipose tissue, which is so good. So again, love you guys. I hope this video is just so encouraging for y'all. Of course, I'm welcome to any feedback or comments. Put in the comment section. I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one.